เดี๋ยวแชร์กันภาพโพสต์เรียบร้อยปิดโอเคนี่เนาะลืมแชทข้อความเก่าไปยังวะโอเคพิมพ์ข้อความไปฮะพร้อมเคลียร์นี้ให้เสร็จ
Try and stop me.
ชื่อเสียงเคยชื่อเสียงปะ
Oh, that smell. So delicious. Juicy mushrooms, melted cheese, mouth-watering steak.
ผมจะเป็นนักกิน
Ah, look who it is. I thought I felt an intense energy around here. I know better than to get between you and your next meal. The food just needs a few more minutes. Here, this should tide you over in the meantime.
Wait, is this braised meat stew?
กินก่อนไม่เป็นไรหรอก
Veressa! You really did head straight for the kitchen. What's up? You seemed lost in your own...
Oh, it's you. Sorry. I completely spaced out just now. The next thing I knew, I was all the way over here with a bowl of stew in my hands.
Don't worry about it. I think we can all guess what happened.
Prep took longer than usual, so I had to push back the competition. Sorry for making you wait, Veressa, especially on an empty stomach.
No worries, Uncle Atoli. Your delicious soup fixed me right up.
Oh, that sounds more like the Veressa we know.
I become completely useless when I'm hungry. I really wanted to focus on the conversation back there, but no luck.
That's perfectly normal. It takes a lot of energy to train the way you do, so you need more food to make up for it. You two know what I mean, right? Try to do too much on an empty stomach, and you end up feeling weak and lightheaded. Oh boy, Paimon's been there before.
So, when is the competition supposed to start? Not sure I can wait much longer.
1 sec. I'll go check.
We're all set. Time to gather the contestants, Akatl. The showdown is about to
เริ่ม
begin.
แล้วน้องจะได้กินแล้ว
Got it! Let's head to the venue. The food will be brought out shortly.
Finally! Oh, I'm so ready to dig in. Pip.
เริ่มเลยครับ
smells so good. Veressa had the right idea. It's definitely worth the wait. Yeah, we could maybe finish one portion between the two of us. And even that's a stretch. But one portion each? There's no
โอ้
chance.
ท่านเทพมันมากินด้วยเลย
Time to dig in. Thanks for the food, Uncle Atoli.
Whoa! Hold on. Veressa's plate looks completely different than ours.
I forgot to mention, the competition actually
ระ
has
ดับทั่ว
two
ไปกับระดับวา
levels.
เลซ่า
The regular challenge and the Veressa challenge. The Veressa challenge is only for people who have completed the regular challenge in the past. It's named after Veressa because, well, so far, she's the only one who's been able to finish it.
You're kidding. You had to invent a whole new challenge just for her?
Believe me, if Veressa competed in the same class as everyone else, the winner would be decided before the competition even started.
เอาจริงๆเชื่อว่าระดับ
What's
วา
the
เล
fun in
ซ่า
that?
วาเลซ่าไม่ได้หรอก
Only one other person has come close to
โอ้
beating
โห
the
วาเล
Veressa
ซ่า
challenge.
เกือบได้ด้วยเหรอ
And that would be the Pyro Archon herself.
แสดงว่าท่านเทพก็ยังแพ้วาเล
Of
ซ่า
course, she breezed through the normal level, but the Veressa challenge was still too much, even for her. Back then, it was all part of an investigation. You see, the Pyro Archon covers all expenses at the Weary Inn the night before the pilgrimage. And each time, Veressa's tab would show several dozen people's worth of food for a single person. The speaker's chamber thought something had to be wrong. Maybe there was a mistake in the accounts, or someone was trying to defraud the Archon.
ท่านอาคอนลงมาตรวจสอบด้วยตัว
Once
เอง
the Archon finally saw Veressa's appetite in action, that was that.
Whoa. Okay, so you're saying Malika had these portions and she just breezed through? You're right. Let's go. Paimon's gonna defend her honor with everything she's
ท้า
got.
ทายใครวะเนี่ย
Whoa. Tender,
So got to
juicy,
eat it.
grilled to perfection. It's delicious. Oh, you gotta try this one too, traveler. It's amazing. All this time. And it doesn't look like we've made any progress. Oh, Paimon's ready to throw in the towel. Okay, Paimon's tried as hard as she could, but this enemy is too strong. You know what? There really should be a Paimon challenge. Paimon's smaller than the rest of you. It's no fair for her portion to be the same.
Let's hear it for Veressa! And with a 10% increase in portion size, it's a new personal best.
จริงๆเพิ่มอีกครึ่งนึงยังไม่เป็นไรเลยมั้ง 50% ก็ยังไหวอะเชื่อ
Well done, Veressa.
Amazing job. Oh, it's nothing. Uncle Atoli's food is just too good.
You actually finished it?
Huh? Why wouldn't I be?
You don't feel bloated? Or like you're gonna throw up?
ร่างกายทำมาพิเศษตัว
Oh, Paimon's.
Oh, nope. I feel good actually.
กิน
Satisfied,
อิ่
you
ม
know?
สักที
Thanks. This is my specialty after all. Not that it's good for anything outside these
ขอบคุณ
competitions.
ที่กินอิ่มสักที
If I'm honest, I'd rather be like you or Kochian-san. A hero brave enough to stand against the abyss.
Don't worry, Veressa. For someone as talented as you, it's only a matter of time before you shine in the arena.
no
Ian-san, did you beat the challenge too? Of course. The regular challenge is easy for me. I've attempted the Veressa challenge a few times too, but never even came close. Okay, there has to be more to this than just appetite. By the end, it was like the meat turned into...
Oh, that's when you balance it out with some mushrooms.
กินคู่กับเห็ด
The ones from my
อ๋อ
orchard. Well, that's what I did anyway. As soon as the food came out, I set a few mushrooms to the side so they wouldn't soak up too much oil. or get too mushy. That way, you have something fresh and fruity to back.
Oh, so that's the secret. Use the mushroom.
That's right. You tried them yourselves, remember? If it tastes like a fruit, I think more people from outside the tribe would beat the challenge if they knew about that mushroom.
Ian-san, some of the contestants are looking for you.
They want to exercise. After all that food?
Yeah, go tell them to take it
กิน
easy.
เสร็จแล้วให้มันย่อยก่อน
Well, how did everyone do, Uncle Atoli?
Almost half finished the regular challenge. I believe that's a rec. Either the contestants are getting more experienced, or my cooking was extra good this time.
Everything was delicious, especially when it first came out all hot and...
Thank you. When cooked at high heat, that mushroom has a special fragrance that really brings out the flavor of the other ingredients.
กินเอกลักษณ์
Oh, and since you're new here,
hello.
I should mention something else about that
ลิ้น
mushroom.
พันไปหมด
It's an excellent addition to any dish, but there are actually two varieties. Red, which is the most common, and there's not much to note about the red ones. Sell them, eat them, do whatever you want.
กินให้หมดไม่งั้นมันเสีย
That's just what a scholar from Sumeru said when the orchard first opened. No one knows the reason. We just do as we're told. Whenever a green mushroom pops up in the orchard, I pick it and eat it.
Okay, because that's not weirdly specific at all.
Well, of course. Who wouldn't be intrigued by something like that? But, oh, by the way, Vanessa, I'm almost out of red mushrooms.
Of course,
Okay,
Uncle
Pepsi
Atoli. Wanna come with you too?
อ่ะไปเจอเห็ดสีเขียวเดี๋ยวก็
What do
รู้
you
แหละ
think, Traveler? Paimon wouldn't mind working off some of that food. Paimon will take that as a yes. All right, let's go. Thanks for the food, Atoli.
Haha, my pleasure. But try to finish it all next time.
จะพยายามนะฮะเนี่ย
Full throttle! After that meal, I'm ready to tackle
กิน
anything.
แล้วทำงานรู้สึกมีแรง
Something on your mind? Is it what Uncle Atoli said about the green mushrooms? The green mushrooms don't appear that often.
โฟมเป็นค้างคาว
Besides, I check the orchard every... If anything, I wish there were...
Wait, is that one right there? Huh. Talk about a coincidence.
สวยเลย
See? There's nothing special about it except the color. Give me one sec. I'll start...
Paimon's gonna pass on this one.
ใช่ไหม
She's way
สง
too
สัยอยู่
stuffed
ว่า
for...
เราต้อง
You
รอ
mean why we have to pick and eat the green mushrooms right away? To be honest, I'm curious too. The Scott Uncle Atoli has a point though. Curiosity can be a bad
คน
thing.
ที่รุนแรงไป
If
ไม่
we
ได้
You could look into it at least. That's what an adventurer would do.
Yeah, but my tribe is more important. I love everything about this place. I know the truth is important too, but I don't have the right to make a decision that could put the people around. In other words, deep down, I guess I'm just command the truth.
Yeah, we don't have to stop following the scholar's orders. We can start by gathering information.
You have...
มันต้องร
You
อ
know, you remind me of another hero from our tribe. Her name was Fiatena. Just like you, she was full of courage and never stopped challenging and exploring the... Actually, could you give me a moment? All I need is 3 seconds. 3... So, where should we start with the investigation? Oh, the green mushroom, you mean?
Well, the Traveler is a lot more receptive than most people. He should at least give it a try.
Oh, I see.
เอามา
So, notice anything, Traveler? Just like Vanessa said. Guess it was the same for all of us.
ทิ้งไว้มีพิษ
A worthy devotee after all this time. Fascinating.
Who said that?
No need for alarm. there is only one among you who piqued my interest, and that is the one with golden. Now, I shall grant you all the honor of becoming my first subject in this era.
ยุคสมัย
Now, you were the ones who wanted to learn more about my origins.
Origins?
So you do know how to use your brain, young one. You'll excuse me if I have no interest in you. Craven and dull-witted.
Hey, watch it, buddy!
Let me remind you, it was your own curiosity that started all of this. I only granted you this audience because I saw potential
ความ
in
สามารถ
you.
บางอย่างตัดสินใจให้โอกาสจอมปาดเห็ด
I am the Sage Lord of Fungi.
Sage Lord? Good one. Did you come up with that yourself?
You mock my name? All you do is make a mockery of your own taste. Of course, the Sage Lord of Fungi is too dignified for petty arguments with lesser organisms.
Sure doesn't sound like it.
That's enough out of you. What's wrong with you humans? You should be full of reverence at this point.
มาถึงที่นี่ที่ไหนวะ
In that case, I don't know what went wrong, but you lack the trust and worship to be my subjects. So we shall have to table that for the time being. However, I am willing to share my sagely knowledge with you. I have all the answers you seek. As with all seekers of said knowledge, all you have to do is prove your sincerity. And we shall see.
Look! More green mushrooms right in front of us!
These clones are my most loyal subjects, as well as the keepers of my secrets. If you want answers, then gather your wits and search for clues. It might be advisable to brush up on your devotion in the meantime.
The voice is gone. Finally, Paimon had enough of that racket. Talking in our heads without permission, spewing a bunch of nonsense. Even a How is better than him.
ลึกๆแล้วมีความแก่นๆแต่ก็ทำตัว almighty อะไรเงี้ยเอาไงดี
So, do you think what he said was true? About being the Sage Lord of Fungi and all that?
Maybe, but most of it sounded like hot air to Paimon.
True. That conversation in our heads definitely was.
And it proves these mushrooms aren't regular mushrooms at all. Something fishy is going on.
I guess this is the beginning of our hero's journey then. So let's make like heroes and get to the bottom of this. Okay.
Well, we have one thing going for us. We've faced mushrooms before, and they're pretty pathetic as far.
Such
ยังฟัง
insolence!
อยู่อีกเหรอ
Did you hear that? Sounds like someone.
You're spying on us?
No response.
Well, he said his subjects hold the clues to his secrets. Who knows if he...
ตรวจสอบ
Okay, so this one is red. Ah! Fungus! It turned into a fungus!
So this is one of his subjects? It's
Bull Warrior compliment? Much appreciate. No, Bull Warrior natural enemy. Eat. Must resist.
Careful, Veressa! This is a kind of monster from Samir.
a monster? Aw, that's too bad. I was hoping we could be friends.
บวกสิครับ
Mercy. Food is sacred. Everything else, waste. That
เกม
all
นี้
I
เล่น
know.
เอามันอยู่แล้ว
Promise.
It turned back into a normal...
You mean that food is
อาหาร
sacred?
คือสิ่งศักดิ์สิทธิ์
Well, that's a whole bunch of nothing. Let's go look somewhere else.
ประเทศเมืองที่เธอทูลอาหาร เมืองอะไร เห็ดเขียวต่อ
Oh, a green mushroom! And it turned into a fungus! Nice try. Okay, let's go on the initiative. Hey, you!
As our Sage Lord stated,
You must
ถ้าอยากได้คำตอบ
demonstrate
ก็
your
แสดง
wits
ปัญ
to
ญาให้เห็น
receive
ก่อน
the answers you
เพื่
seek.
อเป็นคนถาม
Okay,
ไม่
so
ใช่
it
เธอ
turns out this one can talk. Fine.
Riddle? Oh, I'm not.
That sounds like a problem for your friends. Besides, did I say this was up for negotiation? Enough chatter. Time for my question. Why are all the mushrooms in this orchard
เต็มใจ
willing
ที่
to
จะ
become the
เต็มใจ
subjects
ที่
of
จะ
the
เป็นราษฎ
Sage
รของ
Lord?
จอมป่าเห็ด
Man.
Because you're his clones, right?
Alas, no wits in sight. The answer could never be that simple.
พวกเธอเป็นพวกมีเหตุผล โอ้ย กูขอร้องไปอยู่กับไซโน่ไหม
What? How did you get that so fast?
Oh, it's that kind of riddle.
Sumeru mushrooms! Of course! Paimon can't believe she didn't think of this possibility.
Wait, does that mean everyone in Sumeru is into puns?
ไซโน่
No, we just
บอกเอ้ย
have a lot of experience with the... well, since you have proof the act of eating is not only a physical necessity, mushrooms like us are the Sage Lord's
เห็ดเป็นสื่อกลางของ
intermediaries.
จอมป่าเห็ดไม่ขอผ่านร่าง
Incinerating
กาย
our
ของเราจะ
flesh
น่าจะพัน
forges a spiritual
ได้
connection.
Oh, so that's why he could speak.
So you're saying if we want to
พ
talk
วกเรา
to
ได้
him
ยินเสียง
again,
แล้ว
all
มัน
we
จะ
have
ต้อง
to
กิน
do
เห็ดเพิ่ม
is
อย่าได้ยินเสียง
No,
ก็ต้อง
wait,
กินเห็ด
don't turn
เพิ่ม
back into a regular mushroom! Oh, too late.
Well, if eating is a sacred ritual, maybe we need to perform some kind of ceremony with.
Oh, good thinking, Veressa. Let's try and ask the other Oh, but we should probably pick this one first since...
เห็ดแดงฟังชัด
Hey,
เลยไหม
there are two fungi over there. Looks like they're discussing something.
Have you figured out how you're going to test the humans?
Of course. Any random question should do the trick. They don't look...
Wow, cool. You greencaps are so wise. Just like our Sage Lord.
It's all progressing as expected. Oh, please, please tell us how to conduct this. And I shall respond. Nothing in life comes for free.
ไม่หนู
You
น้อย
have
เรียนจำ
two
นะครับ
choices. Answer a question about the stars and moon above,
คือท่านจะตอบอันไหนบ้าง
or the dark abyss
เรื่องดว
below.
งดาวและพระจันทร์บนฟ้ากับเรื่อง
And
เรื่อง
then
อะไรนะเรื่องดวงดาวบนและพระจันทร์บนฟ้ากับเรื่องห้วงทมิฬใต้พิภพ
They're humans, idiot. They don't have caps or spores.
all right. Duh.
And then I'll say,
ในคำถามพื้นๆไม่ตอบ
You
ได้เลย
can't
กับประเด็น
even
ต่อ
answer
จาก
them.
หลายๆที
Yeah.
Of course, they're so dense, it might actually take them that
เข้า
long
ใจ
to
ว่าการกินเป็นพิ
realize
ธีกรรม
that.
อย่างลึกซึ้งและ
If
พิธีกรรม
eating
นั้นแน่น
is
อน
a
ว่าคือการ
ritual,
ปรุงอาหาร
then obviously.
อ๋อ
I mean,
ขอบคุณมาก
obviously it's the
Did they just.
Who goes there? And you think we're the dense ones? Look in the mirror, buddy.
A floating pale organism out of nowhere. My cap.
No, wait, don't disappear! At least explain yourselves first! So, we passed the test? Where's the sense of accomplishment? So much for gathering our wits.
ให้ปัญญาหาเบาะแสสุดท้ายทั้งสามคนก็ไม่ได้มาเพื่อใช้ปัญญากัน
Oh well. The important thing is the Sage Lord of Fungi wants us to use cooking to establish a stronger mental connection with him.
That sounds right. Uncle Atoli did say, when you cook this mushroom, the higher the heat, the better the fragrance.
ภูเขาไฟบอก
Right! That was the case when you... Okay, let's give it a try.
อ้าว
Definitely.
กดไปผมไม่ทันอ่าน
But we should probably explain the situation.
Good call. It's best for everyone to be prepared.
เดี๋ยวผมปิดเวิร์ก่อนผมปิดจอยกัน
Many insects have a compulsion to follow the light.
ปิดก็ยังไม่อนุญาตให้เข้าร่วม
Humans are the same,
ต่อไป
except we call that
วาร์ปแบบ
rev the engines.
ถึงพื้นโดยสวัสดิภาพ
Huh.
Okay, so it felt pretty normal in the moment, but hearing it back does sound kinda.
So, the mushrooms in the orchard are sentient.
Yeah, without your investigation, who knows what could have happened?
Thanks for looking into it, and for collecting all this information.
What a relief. I was worried it sounded.
It does sound far-fetched. After all, none of us have ever spoken to a mushroom. But we know you're not one to lie, Varessa. Besides, the origin of the green mushrooms has always been a mystery to us. Thanks to you, we now know something sinister could be going on. So, we should do—
Yeah, just let me know if there's anything
Wow, that didn't take much convincing.
Oh, wait. You said the mushrooms needed to be cooked at high heat, right? I can do that for you right now. I'll be quick. All right, I'm back. I used cast iron, so it should be hot enough.
Whoa, it smells delicious!
Well,
Wait, that's his voice!
Looks like you stumbled upon the right path. But this temperature does not demonstrate even a fraction of the sincerity I require. Did you really think some common stove could generate enough heat to earn the acknowledgement? Humans are such a disappointment. You can solve my riddles when the answers are handed to you on a silver platter, but as soon as there are no more hints, not a shred of intelligence in sight. Do try and use your brain this time.
How did it go? Did you—
I know he meant it. The Sage Lord of Fungi said the heat's still not high enough.
Not high enough, huh? I guess that means we need a more powerful source of heat. Attention, everyone! We need items that can generate it.
I'll see what I can do.
Leave it to me.
we should take a look too.
Definitely. What?
Nothing concrete. It spews out all kinds of stuff. Maybe there's.
Awesome! Let's go!
idea
Paimon's gonna
ดีมาก
find something scorching hot and then throw it in that stupid mushroom's face!
แต่จริงดีอยู่นะ ไม่มีอะไรใช่ปะไม้ยังติดอยู่ที่มันเด้งเลยวาร์ปได้ไหมครับ ไปไหนนะ อ๋อมาตรงนี้
Try and stop me.
ตุกจังเลยอ่ะ
Full throttle.
There should be some avatars of lava somewhere along this path. Their cores are really hot. It might be just what we need.
You know, when you think about how everyone jumped to help us like that,
Yeah, but without you, we would have never gotten this far. I mean, tons of people have tried that mushroom.
right. So, even if you wanted to
Yeah, this opportunity was a long time coming. Plus, the Sage Lord's arrogant attitude definitely...
Veressa doesn't seem competitive most of the time.
Yeah, well... I don't really like fighting. Still, I've learned a lot from Kozian-san. She taught me that strength is we get stronger so we can use our strength when it counts. Like during the Abyss invasion.
ในขณะการควบคุมพลัง
Having
ธาตุ
so no matter how scared I feel, I know I have to be brave. Because people are counting on me. Thanks. It's a work in progress. I can only hope that one day I can be as brave as... Alright. We should keep looking. Hurry up, Brasso! Looks like we can make this...
Uh-oh! A falling rock!
That avatar of lava pushed it down. Come on, let's charge!
Charge?
Show no mercy!
Light it up!
Yeah! Look at you, Foozle! Yeah!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Lolling, it's Papa!
Wrath from the sky!
โอ้1,100,000
Done and dusted.
Oh, let's see!
A few more chunks like this and we should be good. Running late again. Careful! 3 avatars of lava ahead.
ที่อวตารจะเล่าว่า
On a rock!
Get to work!
Got me basking out in your dream! Huh! Pew pew!
I'm going in! You two! Time to...
Pyroclastic surge!
On a rock! Oh no, not good! The volcano is acting up again!
อะไรอะไรเงี้ยอ๋อเห็นลาวา
What is that?
ใช่ตัวอะไรวะ
It
เนี่ย
looks like a giant weasel thief. Is there a great Tolan weasel thief or something?
We call it a furnace shell mountain weasel. It's very aggressive, so be careful.
Charge! Wrath from the sky!
What a great haul! A bunch of seeing eyes,
กลับเป็นหนึ่ง
and
ตอน
this
ไหน
thing
อะ
the weasel used to spew out
พี่ไม่ได้กด
fire!
เลยนะ
I think that's its back armor. It shoots out phlogiston, so it can pretty much attack. My dad told me about them once. Creatures that live in the volcano. This piece of armor might produce even higher temperatures than the seeing eyes. We'll get those mushrooms. Oh, well, even though I don't like fighting, sometimes you don't have a For example, I've read a lot of stories about heroes, and my favorite hero has... Viatena's most iconic feature was her mask. So I decided to make one just like hers. So now, whenever I wear the mask, it's like there's a little piece of her with... At the same time, though, I guess it's kind of like a crutch.
Oh, you really think so?
Really? It's just... I feel
น้อย
like
ได้สู้อย่างน้อยทำความดีได้
I
ไม่
need
เกี่
to
ยว
take it off one day and face things. But the longer I put off taking that step, the more impossible it feels.
Yeah, you had the courage to make that decision. And that's what adventuring is about.
Oh,
Besides, Paimon thinks you're doing a great...
thanks for believing in me, you two.
เดี๋ยวแค่ค
I've
วามกล้า
learned so much. And I won't give up. Not until I can After that pep talk, I feel like my...
You're hungry already? Paimon hasn't even fit.
Come on, let's head back to the tribe. We'll earn.
ได้ต้องได้ครับ
Exploration and trial. Rev the engines!
เลือดลดแน่
We're back, and we found a bunch of stuff to use.
Great! We're almost done with the prep.
I've managed to get these iron chunks red hot.
Yeah, and since we need really high temperatures, I brought the best stove I could.
And I got a bunch of buckets of lava on standby if we need more
ๆ
fuel.
เตรียมลาวาสำรองไว้หลายถัง
Yeah, but the things we brought aren't your typical.
Well, that mushroom started it, right, everyone? Disrespecting Varessa.
Yeah, we'll see what's. Thanks for the help, everyone. It really means a lot.
All right, let's see what we have here. Huh? The armor of a furnace shell mountain weasel? Don't tell me you went into the volcano.
No, it erupted out of nowhere, and then the weasel appeared, and then, well, anyway, we got this in the end.
Either way, this is something special. Back when I was training to be this kind of armor produces intense localized heat. It's great for fish because you can get a nice sear on one side without overcooking the other.
โอ้
Anyway, let's get started. The mushrooms are all ready to go.
All right.
เริ่ม
Whoa, the fragrance is so much more intense. And what's with this weird mist? Wait, no, something's not right.
กลิ่นมันแรงหมอกมันแรงเข้าไปโลกแห่งเหตุแล้วโหลดที่เพื่อนโหลดเร็วเสร็จยังกลับมาซูเมรุอ่ะ
Where are we? Where did everyone go?
I have no idea. We just showed up here.
Huh? Is something wrong?
That's a cuddle.
อ๋อโดนนิดๆเฉยๆแล้วมั้ง
We don't know where we are.
What? I know it's hard to see through this mist, but aren't you here at the tribe with the rest of us? No. What are you feeling?
Because you are the only worthy devotees, of course.
มีคุณสมบัติที่จะเข้าพบ
Evil jerk of a mushroom, so this is what you look like.
He does look a bit more evil than the other mushrooms we met.
I am no longer concerned with your insolence. On the contrary, I am satisfied with your performance. So, as promised, you shall have the answers you seek. Of course, I have a goal of my own. Let me reiterate once more. The
เปิด
great...
รับและแสดงเป็นใหม่
Now, don't be hasty. It's inadvisable to speak in absolutes. You refuse only because you have yet to witness my miracles. Cherish this opportunity. It may not come again. As you know, Tivat is not a peaceful place. The gods wage war against one another. Monsters roam the land. Humans live in squalor. But then, humanity discovered me and learned that I could grant them unlimited power to fell evil.
If we want to become strong, we
ถ้ากินสีนี้จะแกร่งขึ้น
Those monsters are no match for me.
And so, the humans worshipped me as their savior. And in return, I revealed my...
You really expect us to believe that? Besides, as far as
Such arrogance! Take that back and apologize before I...
you wish.
I mean, those monsters really don't look that.
You insignificant mortals boast of strength? Very well. Then prove it!
Look at you, Boozound! Pew pew!
Everybody stand back! Let's suffer the wrath of the pyroclastic surge!
อ้าวตายซะแล้วมาวิกะยังไม่ทันฟาดเลย
Well fought! You see? You ate a I'll admit, you're not entirely...
No, don't just... Well, what should we do?
Yeah, let's go. I think he's trying.
แข่งทีมได้ปะไม่ได้ด้วยไอ้บอกกันสักคำดิเอาโอเวอร์โหลดมาอยากลองวาเลซ่าอะไรเงี้ยนะสตาร์ทตัวเองแต่เดี๋ยวอีเวนต์น่าจะมีให้เล่นนะคิดว่า
I soon became humanity's faith, and, with my power, created countless clones, with which I could bestow upon them an endless... Food is a scarce resource. A faith, and as my subjects gave themselves in service, either as civilians or warriors, I rewarded them with mushrooms in proportion...
That?
What are you insinuating? Are mushrooms not enough?
Well, it's possible people couldn't afford to be picky.
Yeah, but now even Saurians have more options.
Sustenance and strength. Such are the pillars of faith. So what do you think? Once you become my subjects, all you have to do is build a civilization dedicated to the mushrooms. And then, what do you mean? What?
Right. If the humans dedicated themselves in service to you, then... But I've read a lot of woven scrolls about the heroes of Natlan. And I've never come across any...
Of course not. I was in a different nation at the time. I don't suppose...
Yeah, and we didn't hear anything about a...
I never said it was Sumeru. I have no idea where that assumption is coming from. A trivial detail. You know what? You don't deserve to know what happened next.
Yeah, if you want us to respect you...
True. If we don't...
All right, fine. Same rules as before. If you fail to prove your worth, good luck getting another...
he ran...
Oh.
อะไรของเห็ดวะไอเห็ด
He jumped down from here! So it looks like we just need... Is something wrong, Traveler? Off?
That's how I feel too. Based on his personality, if he won't tell us how things turned out. Besides, how did he even get from Sumeru to Natlan? Seems like... And through it all, he still hasn't given up on...
Yeah. He seemed pretty annoyed with our questions. Why not just kick us to the curb?
But why?
All right, sounds like a plan. Let's go!
ไอเห็ดโอ้โหวาเลซ่าเลยครับ
Look out below! Woo!
วาร์ปเฉยอะไรวะโอ้เดี๋ยว
Catch me if you can. If you can figure out which way to go, of course.
Absolutely insufferable. Come on, let's find him.
ขอโทษ
Here I go.
นะ
Hurry up, Grass! Leave this to me. I'll clear a path for you.
นี่อยู่ในนัดลานจริงด้วยนะเนี่ย
Get back on track. think we can get these mushrooms to form a path. We just need to wait for the right timing.
Get a load of this!
Watch out, Marissa!
Don't worry about me. I've got this.
โอ้สายบวกแท้ๆเรา
Get back on track. Heads up. Time to roll.
ยากกว่า ไม่ชินแกแมคานิก
Dead end?
Jump up. Let it give us a ride.
เอาเฮ้ย
Go!
ไม่รู้นี่
Dead end?
Jump up. Let it give us a ride. Running late again.
Dead end?
ฮะอี
Jump
กแล้วเหรอ
up. Let it give us a ride.
ยืนรอเลย ไม่รู้ว่ามันจะยาวเบอร์นี้
All right, this should be good. Get ready and jump.
อ้าวค้าง โอเค ตัน
Backed into a corner, huh?
We've got you this time.
Ow! Well, that hurt, you know. You humans.
อ้าวไม่จิ้มหนีเฉย
Not again. Although I think I pulled something off of him.
ไหนมาดูหน่อย
A ball of mist. Oh no, it's spreading.
ความทรงจ
Eat us! Gonna eat us! Eat us! Ungrateful humans! At this rate, I won't have any clones left. The more my clones are consumed, the less power I have. Why must I? My power is all but spent, but it was still enough to control this. Now all of Sumero knows how scrumptious my mushrooms are. So if I want to grow, I must relocate. And if I want it to happen fast, I need suitable environmental conditions. You, take me somewhere hot. The hotter the better.
Yes, my lord.
ก็
Is
เลย
this
ไป
the
อยู่
place,
ที่
human?
Yes, this is a volcano in a land far to the west. I shall now find a good place to plant you.
Yes, proceed. Huh? An earthquake? No, a volcanic eruption.
So that's how it ended. No wonder he tried to.
I thought he said people formed communities around this mushroom and used it as their main source of food.
Yeah, but it looks like his following got too big and he couldn't keep up with the demand.
Huh. He used the mushrooms as his main recruitment tactic.
Which means the more mushrooms the
มั
humans
นต้องกิน
ate,
เยอะ
the less powerful he became.
Wow. So his following didn't last long.
Nope, which explains why there aren't any records about some. In the end, he mind controlled a human to bring him to Natland and then got buried under a pile.
Yeah. For who knows how. When we were talking to him earlier, he seemed kind of,
ไม่ค่อยรู้เรื่องเทวะแต่ตอน
He
นี้
has been living on. But clearing out this area for your orchard finally allowed him to start regaining his power.
อ๋อ
Yeah, that sounds right. My parents always thought it was so weird that mushrooms kept popping up around the orchard no matter what we did. Wait, but if everything we saw is true, That means this mushroom has mind control powers or something?
Hold on. Do you remember what he showed us? A group of humans worshipping a giant mushroom. It just doesn't make sense. But when he started running out of power, he couldn't keep it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why he doesn't seem to be able to control us either.
Oh? Why?
All right. Then
กลับไปโลกเดิมมุดภูเขาไฟ
Hurry up, Brassa! Heads up! Ooh.
Oh, the environment changed again. Nothing can phase Paimon at this point.
Let's keep looking.
คิดเป็
He
น
can't hide forever.
ไอ้
Yeah.
Fulfill our pact! Why me?
Here I go.
Yeah! Hi!
So you made it this far. Impressive. In that case,
He hid himself in the statue. What should we do? Actually, that checks out. We're just gonna smash it, right? Cool.
Hero incoming! Yeah! Look out below! Oof! Huh. Full throttle!
Diana special on the rock.
I'm going in! Get to work! You two! Time to... It's justice o'clock!
We've got you this time, nasty mushroom.
We thought you were just a mushroom that happened to taste good. But now we know how dangerous you...
it would seem you're not completely devoid of intelligence. Did you think I was running away because I was scared? Well, this is a world of... My schemes have been exposed, you say.
แผน
What?
การสำเร็จ
Although I prefer to call myself the sage, you now behold the god Bifrons. The soul, indeed, foolish, shallow, and ungrateful humans. Have you forgotten your savior? You have no food in which to satiate your hunger, no means with which to counter the hordes of monsters. And the gods loom overhead. Just one word, and you could have had my protection. But now, no matter. My plan, what you saw when you cooked the mushrooms was not mist, and that's where their true power lies. Because, you see, considering my current level of power, I had, and you delivered one to me on a silver platter. That was...
So, you kept running away.
Precisely. Before long, the green mushrooms will multiply at an then I shall reclaim my dignity and status as a god. Achieve...
You have no concept of time, do you? Newsflash, the Archon...
Nonsense! Is that not the source of your suffering? All I hear in this land is war this and war that. If you fear the Archon War, all the more reason to cower behind the...
Pretty sure they're talking about the war against the Abyss.
Huh?
The Archon War? I guess I've heard about that once or twice, but only from Outlanders.
Ha! I see what's going on here. You know, my original plan was to... Once nothing is left of this land but an endless field of mushrooms. Now, I was going to offer you a glimmer of hope by allowing you to pledge yourselves to... But now, the deal is off. What did you say?
The Traveler explained everything. The only reason I could hear you is because I've eaten so many mushrooms over...
Yeah, and small, so it didn't take as many mushrooms for her to be effective. Point being, most people would have to eat a monstrous amount of mushrooms to even hear you over the butt. So you latched onto us as a group of people who can actually hear your voice.
You said your mushrooms need time to grow. Which means...
I may not have my former strength, but keeping a few humans right where I want them is a small task, because you definitely can't.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, if he was telling the truth...
Oh, no! You must be bluffing! A few measly humans couldn't possibly be that powerful.
Paimon's not gonna waste one more word on this guy. Let's go!
What should we do?
Worried? Ha ha ha! Don't be! It's just a few mushrooms. Unholy! Get ready to feast!
Oh, มีป้ายบาริซ่าด้วยเว้ย สู้ด้วยการกิน หิวอยู่นี่นะตอนนั้นทำงานมา
More, please!
จะบอกทุกคนอยากมี
Guess it's time to dig in!
ปลาทุยด้วยอ่ะโอ้ดีเลย
Stop this at once!
ครับ
What a
การ์ตูน
great
คอมเมดี้เรื่อง
meal!
หนึ่ง
Thanks, everyone. I feel like a whole new me.
And with that, we took care of all the green mushrooms. Now, care to tell me what... Someone planted a god in Varessa's orchard and she's been eating it?
Yeah, we know not every god that's still around is super strong, but this one reached a whole new low.
Also, didn't he have his facts all wrong? He kept going on about some kind of archon.
Ah, well, Natlan was never part of the Archon War, so it rarely
Whoa, hold on.
Of course. The infighting between the dragons pretty much took over everything. So, there was no room for the gods to join it.
Yep, that checks out. Living under a rock all those years, Mushroom God wakes up, thinking it's still the Archon War.
Little did he know, our lives are much better now than in the...
So what do we do now? It can't be easy to slay a god.
I guess it's back to business as usual. As long as we keep picking the green mushrooms, that god is just... Actually, Alright, here's good. So, it's not anything super important. Your encouragement gave me the courage to investigate the green mushrooms and helped me resolve a threat to my tribe. And maybe this sounds weird considering everything, but it was a... Oh, why's that? You're right. I never thought my appetite would save the day.
การกินเป็นอาวุธ
It's
ที่ช่วยเห
pretty,
ลือเขา
but it's like you said. All it takes is a little patience and perseverance, and my time will. If I start to doubt myself in the future, all I need to do is think of this experience and everything I've learned along the way.
Hey, you two! Akata was saying that since a scholar from Sumeru warned the tribe about the mushrooms, someone there must know about the mushrooms. Should we go check it out? Couldn't.
Oh, good point. But if we're headed.
Right. And it's not a quick trip. We have to cross the whole desert.
Good idea. Let's check it out.
โอ้เควสยาวเว้ยเฮ้ยนี่ก็จะจบแค่ตรงนี้ยังไปต่อดีจังเลยแต่ก็เควสก่อนหน้ามันสั้นจริงนะ2 พาร์ทแรกแทบไม่มีอะไรเลยมันจะมายาวพาร์ท 3ก็ไม่แข็ง
Oh, Catherine's back! And isn't that Tainari?
Word from the speaker's chamber was that an Amurta scholar happened to be conducting research in the area. So they helped me to get in touch.
Yep, you're an expert, so you must know.
อยู่ในหมวดความรู้ทั่วไปในประวัติศาสตร์ชีววิทยาของภาควิชาชีววิทยาพลังของมันสัมพันธ์กับจำนวนร่างแยกทำให้มันเคยมีรูปลักษณ์ที่น่าเกรงขามแต่ตอนนี้มันหดลงเรื่อยๆมันไม่สามารถคงรูปร่างไว้ได้ติดตามร่างต้นไม่ได้
Yeah, the mushrooms start. Of course, you're welcome anytime. That's a huge help, actually. I wanted to ask though, you said what remains of his clones?
ใต้ชั้นสมุดเห็ดอ่ะเหรอ
Zamaran?
อันไหนนะลืม
You know that name?
Yeah, Hyman calls it Sheesh Room. It's absolutely huge! Way more impressive than the puny Sage Lord.
อ๋ออันนี้เหรอ
We should go see Zamaran one of these.
Ooh, I'll come. It'll be nice.
เป็นเพื่อนเห็ดที่หาได้ยากจะกิน
I
มาเลยนะ
would never.
จบแล้วโปรดติดตามตอนต่อไปเควสแล้วเรียบร้อยครับผมได้รางวัลเพิ่มด้วยขอบคุณครับแล้วรางวัลเท่าไหร่ชื่อเสียงประจำเผ่าเย้ไปทำเควสได้แล้วโอเคใกล้แล้วต้องรีบเก็บครับเหลืออันนี้อันเดียวเองโอเคปิดสตรีม